Happy New Year. I hope you have enjoyed a lovely slow start to the new year and you've been absolutely thriving, or have had a little bit of a sluggish start to the year, but that's all right. Everything is welcome here. We're going to be working into making our goals more actionable and motivational, inspiration, all of that shenanigans. Just a little disclaimer, I know not everybody had the best new year last year, but that's all right. On this channel, we are going to be working on our goals and being the best versions of ourselves, quite literally. That's okay if you've not had the best 2025, but this year is going to be your year. Did you guys know that last year 2025 was the year of the snake? However, this year 2026 is the year of the horse in the lunar calendar. That basically means that we're going to be shedding off all of that old skin and making ourselves into that brand new versions of ourselves where we are real, raw and honest, and that's something to embrace and feel empowered within. So 2026 is going to be your year, and I'm going to tell you exactly how. There is absolutely nothing to stress about if you did not achieve all of your goals last year or things didn't go to plan as you would have liked to, but this year we're going to be starting off with an absolute clean state. So take it easy, girls. There's nothing to stress about here. This is time where we can literally reinvent ourselves to what we would like to be or where we would like to see our lifestyles in the future. So we are really going to be putting in that work, that effort, and actually acknowledging the things that we want to see more of this year within ourselves. And I think that's the best kind of start. There were a lot of goals that were not achieved by myself, and I'm alright with that. I've come to peace with that because I know I couldn't take off everything, mainly because of the circumstances that I was in. This year's going to be the year where I literally put myself first by acknowledging myself, feeling grateful, that gratitude. And I'm going to be more mindful of putting myself first this year to feel like the higher version of myself and choosing the right kind of opportunities, choices that really put myself and my higher version of myself first. I think by doing that, I'm going to literally feel like the baddest version of myself, and that's exactly how I want to feel this year. As I said, it was the year of the horse. I really want to feel that energy because I want to just like put my mind, body and soul into the things that I absolutely love doing and literally soaking it up like a sponge and putting all of that negative energy aside and really channeling that best positive energy within myself, instead of feeling that I have to work on every single goal that I have literally written down into my journal or wherever it may be, manifesting each goal. That feeling can literally be a little bit overwhelming because not everything happens at once, but I want you guys to literally take it baby steps at a time, you know. What's that baby steps song, like Olivia Dean? I love that song so much. Baby steps. Anyways, I want to literally work on one thing at a time and perfect that and then move on to the next thing, because I feel like things in little steps make it a little bit more actionable and make it feel like it's actually happening and you get to see the progress from start to finish rather than going boom 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 boom, patronizing yourself and making yourself feel a little bit overwhelmed, because we don't want that here. We want to ease ourselves into whatever our goal is that we're working towards. Now, actually knowing and establishing what your goal is can be quite difficult, so in order to put that into place we need to plan. Planning is the most essential and important part of the whole journey of knowing what the goal is and actually putting in actionable steps, because without planning we don't have anything. So planning is the first most essential step in this journey. So personally, I like to make a little list into my little like journal that I have, and I like to acknowledge what I have achieved and what I have not achieved from the previous year, which was 2025. And the things that I have not achieved, I like to reflect and literally take it, kind of make a mental kind of physical as well as like written out list of like breaking down into things that I did achieve and didn't achieve, and then kind of compare that. I would also recommend writing anything on a piece of paper that I do not want to take into the next year and literally burning that note, girlies. Burning that note would literally alleviate all that negative energy and literally feel like you can literally breathe again, restart again. So burning that note definitely helps. I would definitely recommend that to anyone that has not done it. At least give it a go. Any goals that were unaccomplished from last year, you can literally take that into the new year if that's something that you still would like to work on or accomplish. And that's also another great start to knowing what you want to do more of into the new year. You want to also put into place the mindset that you want to have for the next new coming year. You want to make sure that you're not putting yourself down or feeling that you can't achieve anything or that nothing is within reach, because we want to be dreaming big. We want to be manifesting, putting into place actionable steps that can actually make our dreams come true. Because you know what, in this life anything is possible if you put your mind, heart and soul to it. You've got to have that growth mindset where we can actually work on ourselves and like accomplish the things that you've been wanting to achieve. Anything is possible if you put your mind, heart, body and soul into it. everything can be. Visualize the life that you actually want to live and actually make that come true. I do always like to say you've got to wear that confidence. It starts from you first. You've got to believe that it's possible within yourself, and then kind of project off that energy into whatever lifestyle that you would like to live, because everything, I could truly tell you, is possible. Like, girly, you got to believe in yourself first. Now, I know that when it comes towards the end of the year, everybody likes to get their little like creative spark out and start vision boarding. They create vision boards. It's literally trending everywhere, but no one actually knows how to do it properly, and that's a big task within itself, like creating a vision board for the next new year, which literally states all of the things that you want to get on to do, building and reinventing that life that you want to live. Let's start off with the basics of how to vision board. Personally, how I like to do it is I like to get a really big large piece of paper, print out some pictures, but before getting onto the pictures and all that good stuff, I would start by having 4 categories like career, personal goals, lifestyle goals, health goals, and kind of break up the pictures that I want from each category according to what I want from each of those categories. And I would build little small steps of writing down basically the things that I want to achieve from each category. For example, I want to have more girly dates out with my friends this year, and I will be putting little steps into place where I actually plan and make that help come alive. Visualizing that lifestyle that you want to create and having something to look at every single day literally helps you know what your goals are and like come back to them when you feel like you're going a little bit off track. It's alright to go off track sometimes, but it's also nice to kind of bounce back from whatever hell you're going through. But bouncing back from whatever hell you're going through literally sets you on the right track to the goals that you've been wanting to achieve. That's how you know your vision board is literally coming alive again. For every category that you create for yourself, you want to make sure that there's at least like 3 bullet points of goals that you want underneath each category, whether it's family, career, life, personal goals, or wherever it may be. You want to make sure that you know exactly to the point what you kind of want to achieve from that in order for it to come true. Manifesting is absolutely believing in yourself and putting in steps to make it happen and come alive. Now I'm going to tell you some of the physical goals that I've been wanting to achieve this year, and I'm going to be putting in the steps and that work to literally make them come true. The first one that I'm going to start off with is having a consistent morning and night routine. Now in 2025 I was a little bit off the rail with my skincare routine. I was not so consistent as I would have liked to be, but this year we're going to literally put our skincare back to basics and actually go beyond the basics and slowly building a layered routine for myself, because my acne prone skin is very much alive and consistent there. I've got a pimple patch on right now. Nevertheless, we're going to be working on having a consistent morning and night routine and trying not to skip a step in it. I know that can be difficult for some of us, especially if you're working or have a busy lifestyle, but we are gonna prioritize doing our skincare and taking off that makeup, all of that dirt on our skin. That's something that I would like to put in place into my lifestyle. Also, there's currently a really big major sale for Korean skincare and beauty on yesstyle.com. Don't forget to buy with a discount in mind and check out the links in my description, as well as there's a code on screen right now for you guys to go and buy and have great big savings. Now, another thing that I would love to put in place is have a gym routine plan, because last year I didn't have much muscle training, or I didn't really prioritize my health in terms of my physical body in the way that it is. I would love to focus on going back to the gym and being more consistent with it, because I did not prioritize my body at all last year, but this year I've got a better, healthier mindset, and that's something that I would love to put my care and attention towards, and I feel like that's the best for my health. And it could be the best for your health as well, but I think we can do it together, you know? Actually, getting my butt to the gym is going to be something on my list. Another thing that I would love to work on is literally taking my supplements daily. Now, I usually take low iron supplements and I have vitamin D deficiency. As a typical brown girly, I am going to be encouraging myself to take vitamins daily, and I feel like it will help with the fatigue and the low energy moods that I face, and literally bring my mood up from 0 to 100 real quick. and that's exactly what I would love to see in myself. And if you guys take supplements, then I would encourage you to take them, because you will definitely see an instant kick within your body, and that's something we want to bring into our 2026 with helping our fatigue and low energy levels, even our mood and behavior. There's so many good factors of taking your supplements, so I would encourage you to take them if you need them. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of doing yoga and feeling peace within myself, so I would definitely put into my goal list of doing yoga more regularly. I love meditating, and it literally like takes out all the negativity within my body, mind and soul and cleanses it. I always like to have this theory, like when I'm showering, which may sound a little bit weird, but when I'm showering, I like to leave all the negative energy behind in the shower so it can go down the sink, and that's where I leave all the negativity, so it washes off my body, my brain, whatever I'm thinking, feeling that is negative. I like to leave it in the shower room and come out feeling refreshed, like a newer person almost. So I would love to do more yoga and be a little bit more consistent. I feel like consistency is literally a current theme within everything that I'm saying, but I would love to be consistent with doing more meditation and really channeling that higher presence within myself, to channel that higher version of myself. I would say that I was quite good with this goal last year, but I would like to continue it within my 2026, is to cook more fresh meals at home. So I know the ingredients that are going within my food. I know if I'm on track with my eating healthier kind of journey. I will allow myself the little sweet treat here and there, because why not? That is life. But knowing what ingredients go into my meal and knowing what I'm putting into my body, rather than having lots of sugar, salt and junk. I've been eating a lot of junk food, hence why the skin is popping with the breakouts. But that to aside, I want to be cooking more fresh meals that make me feel good, that are nourishing for the soul. I want to be cooking hearty meals that are intentional, kind of eating more intentionally, rather than just overloading my body with a lot of junk that is also not good for my skin, but looking after my skin as well as the things that I'm putting into my body. Another top goal of mine is to literally take time out for myself. I love to overwork myself out, and when my brain is overloaded, I am not functioning to the best that I can, and I have a lot of potential to do well. So when I'm feeling overwhelmed or like there's a lot on my plate, I will take out the time for myself and literally go for a walk. I could literally put on my headphones on and have a little boogie in my room, because I love doing that. That is the best way to literally forget all the overwhelming feelings that I have and kind of shut them out for another day. But really look after yourself and put yourself first, and be intentional with whether acknowledging that if you're feeling overwhelmed, so you know the moments that you're feeling overwhelmed and how to kind of make yourself feel a little bit better from that situation. So I would definitely take out time for when I'm feeling a little bit overcrowded within my feelings, emotions, and even within my speech. You can definitely tell when your body's giving you signals that you're overwhelmed, so really watch out for them. For example, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I literally notice my mood go from really being happy to being really sad, and it's so easy to tell because my speech is not really there. I go a little bit, I guess, quieter, and that's a way for myself to know that I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I just like to have a good cry. But definitely listen to your body and your mind and take out that time if you need it. I do love a good doom scroll on my phone, but whilst that can be a great thing to do, I'm going to be intentional with not going on my phone in the morning. It's so easy to just literally procrastinate and like do anything and everything but not the thing that you're meant to be doing, if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm going to be working towards overcoming that procrastination by actually kind of, have you ever heard of the Pomodoro technique, where you set yourself a timer for, let's say, an hour, and you solely focus on that activity for the hour without any distractions? If your phone is a distraction, go and hide it in a different room, so you know you will be lazy enough to not get up and go look for the phone, but instead you will be getting on with the task that you're doing. That's how my brain currently functions. It's like tricking myself almost to not doing what I'm meant to be doing, but because the phone is so far away, I will not get up and go get it. I would rather just do the thing that I'm doing. I would recommend the Pomodoro technique to anybody that is a procrastinator like myself, but that definitely works, so try it. I will put a link in the description. Another mental goal of mine is to stop thinking so negatively. I am literally my own worst enemy. I literally love putting myself down at times when I feel like I can't do it, but I also do love a good challenge on the other hand. So I do challenge myself in my brain to like overcome the negative thoughts. I don't know if there's anyone else like me, but I have a second voice in my head, and that can be my worst own enemy. But that can also be a good thing because it's helping me with creative ideas. But yeah, it can get a little bit overwhelming in this, so I would love to stop the negative talk and like kind of put that energy and actions towards something better and more positive. I would love to know in the comments down below, do you guys have a second voice in your head? Another goal of mine is to be consistent and more regular with journaling. I have literally 3 journals that I kind of use for different things throughout my day. But for example, I journal before I wake up, I journal before I sleep, and then I have a journal where I put in like random thoughts and feelings that I'm feeling throughout the day, or mood things, or kind of storytelling wise, I use that journal for. And journaling literally helps give me that kind of brain clarity that I'm looking for, as well as organize my thoughts and put down creative things that I'm thinking or feeling that I can use later on. So I feel like journaling is definitely important and something that I would like to implement in my 2026. Ever since I've literally graduated from university, I kind of like stopped using my brain and kind of started to lose brain cells. But nevertheless, this year we are not going to be losing any brain cells, we're only going to be gaining the brain cells because we are going to be learning new things. It could be anything big or small, like anything that's up to you. This year I'm going to really try to get back into my art kind of designing era because I have neglected that, and I love being creative and love painting, love using the mediums, oil, pastels, because that's literally how I grind. But I love art, so that's something that I'm going to be teaching myself again this year, like learning more about impressionism, cubism, different art techniques. And I also want to learn how to sew. So those are some of the things that I could literally put my time and energy towards, learning something new and kind of getting those brain cells stimulated. It literally feels like I'm talking with my hands. I can't speak without my hands, otherwise I have to have literally my hands tied, and that's a little difficult. Something that I absolutely struggle with is perfectionism, but this year I'm going to allow myself to literally make the mistakes that I am making, because in life it's alright to make mistakes, and that's what literally a lot of us might know here. But making mistakes is a natural process of failing and then picking up the pieces and building it into something that will make you not make the mistakes the second, third or fourth time. But mistakes are a part of life, so instead of being a perfectionist, I'm going to allow room for errors. Allowing myself that room for error is going to naturally stop me from being a perfectionist, and I feel like that's a great way to kind of see it. If that's making sense for you guys. From all of the Bollywood films that I've literally watched and adore watching till this day, I've learned to romanticize my life, and that's something that I'm going to be bringing into 2026 as a goal, because I want to romanticize the big moments, but I also want to romanticize the small moments, because I feel like that's what makes life so interesting and fulfilling. Like, I want to feel present in the moments that I'm in, and I also romanticize the presents that I'm not in, because I feel like that kind of helps the day go by faster. Romanticizing your life is absolutely amazing. I would recommend that to anybody that's watching my channel right now. Romanticize the big and small moments. Another area of my life that I want to focus on is literally perfecting my spiritual goals and kind of leaning more in towards my spiritual higher energy. I want to strengthen my relationship to God. So Vaheguru, I want to make sure that I'm going to the Gurdwara more, really getting in my Nitnem more. For anybody that doesn't know what Nitnem is, has a little insert on the screen. I want to make sure that I'm feeling more closer to God in loads of different aspects of my life. And I feel like that's what makes me feel super positive, and I absolutely love the energy. That's something that I want to have like deeper conversations with God. I feel like when I'm talking to Vaheguru on a one-to-one, it feels more personal, as it should. So I would encourage anybody that has not had a conversation with Vaheguru or any God that you believe in to literally talk on a personal level. If you're feeling sad, go to God. If you're feeling happy, go to God. If you're feeling angry, negative, positive, whatever the feeling may be, have a conversation with God, because I can assure you that it's going to make you feel so much more lighter and more easier to breathe after having a conversation with God about however you're feeling. And it also makes me feel a lot more closer to God after I've had a deep conversation. So I would definitely love to continue working on my relationship with God. I don't know what it is, but I've recorded this literally for the 3rd time, so I pray that it works. But I want to actually practice my gratitude a lot more this year. I was consistent for the first half year from 2025, but I want to be a bit more consistent where I do it literally every single day almost. but I want to practice my gratitude, whether it's writing before I sleep or wake up in the morning, one line every single day. It could be big or small, however I'm feeling, I guess. But I want to practice gratitude towards the things that I'm super grateful for, and that I know that I'm super lucky to have, and super privileged that not many other people have the same opportunities as me, or I may not have the same opportunities as them. But I want to be grateful for the things that I have in my life. I'm so grateful for them, and absolutely adore acknowledging that and kind of putting that frameworks to pen and paper. I want to also be a lot more present in real time this year. I know that's something that I'm still working on, and it's not something that I'm the best at, but I want to live in the moment and be present in time. I know nowadays there's so many people like myself, and it may be you as well, that are attached literally like glued to our phones, but I don't think the phone needs to follow us at every single moment wherever we are. I want to kind of detach myself away from my phone, not be so glued to it. And I guess my screen time can literally tell me how many hours I've been on my phone for, in literal seconds. But I want to be more present and soak up the moment in real time like a sponge. I also want to connect to my higher purpose this year, whether that it could be my purpose, but knowing the intention and meaning of why I am that as my purpose. For example, it could be to simply just reading a book, but knowing what the purpose behind reading the book is. Like, why did I pick up that book in particular? So I really want to connect with my higher purpose, and everything that I want to do, I want to make it impactful and meaningful, because that's where the power lies, in doing something that actually has a great benefit behind it. I absolutely adore self-growth as well as personal growth and self-love. I feel like pouring that energy within yourself and helping yourself kind of grow and watering it into a big flourished plant literally is where you see that development within yourself grow from 0 to 100. This year I want to do a lot of solo activities where I'm challenging myself to literally be out of my comfort zone. I love a good challenge now, but doing solo activities teaches you a lot of things about yourself, of what you like and what you don't like, and like kind of daring yourself to go out there on your own is a thriving thing to do. And it could be scary, but this year is for no scaries. It's for literally challenging ourselves and being a little bit more comfortable with the uncomfortable. And I think that's where the frivolous, whatever the word may be, is what the fun of life is. To kind of challenge yourself and do things that are not things that you would usually do, but that's something that I want to do this year. More solo activities, more solo dates, wherever it may be. I'm going to challenge myself to do things on my own and not kind of bed rot in my room, because I want to be a little bit more out there, jump into the deep end and actually go for it. Because this year, if there's anything that we're going to be doing, is absolutely going for it. I'm such an artsy crafty person. Another thing that I want to absolutely do or get on track with is pursuing my hobbies. I want to get back into my art scene and being a bit more creative, along with I love doing sports, especially ones where it's like including a bat and ball. I'm so good at badminton and I feel like it challenges me and brings out the competitive side to me, and that's something that I want to recharge and bring back alive. Because I absolutely loved netball growing up, but badminton is a little bit different. Bat and ball, I absolutely want to learn new trick shots, and I think that's exactly something that I'm going to pursue this year again. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a sucker for positive affirmations. I literally love reading them, especially when I'm feeling down. I feel like they boost my energy and make them go from 0 to 100. So I would definitely recommend reading more positive affirmations when you're feeling low. I definitely love Vex King's book. I don't know which one I have, I'll pop it on screen. But this definitely encourages me and motivates me to do better, and also kind of is linked to spirituality, and it definitely channels the higher version of myself to becoming the better version of me. Girl, what you got to do this year is to set boundaries for yourself with who you allow access to you, who does not have access to you, as well as setting boundaries is almost linked to your values. Like, what do you value and who do you want to allow in your life or out of your life? Whatever it may be, setting boundaries is core to your principle. So we definitely want to have more intentional value setting, as well as boundaries of who and who does not have access to you. Protect your peace, baddie. Protect your peace. I want you to visualize working on yourself as the most productive, literally the most productive thing that you have ever done. When you see this as the most productive thing, then you will consider working on yourself as literally a plant growing bigger, brighter and greener. It's almost like a sunflower. You want to grow so deeply big that you know that you are strong within yourself. We are going to be empowering each other on this journey, so you are not alone. Goal setting is important, but nothing means anything if you're not happy and your well-being is not great. But just know that it keeps me motivated knowing that me and you are together in this journey together, because we are going to be holding each other accountable. When we are not on the right track, we are going to be encouraging each other, and we're going to be reflecting on things that matter the most to us to literally get to where we want to be and the lifestyle that we want to build together. If you guys enjoyed watching my video, thank you so much. Give it a like, a thumbs up, and comment down below something that you are going to be doing this year to stay on your goals and on track. Baddies, you've got to turn on that notification bell so you know that I'm posting every single week and you are updated.